We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show, and I guess I shouldn't be too cheery with what just happened to me, but here it is. We're sitting here in Ojai, California. We're gonna be here for like 6 months. I'm taking over the place, like I'm gonna be the main manager. We're restructuring everything and all these other things. Anyways, it's been a little bit rough, high-paced, doing a lot of things, had to get rid of a few people. But what happened was I come home and all these things on my mind, and I couldn't get a juice, so I need my E3 Live. So what I started to do was I wanted to get green ice, is what we call it, for me and Orion, to where I could just munch down on that as my green juice for the day. So I took this knife, and I was going like this, like many things on my mind, and then I went boom, and cut myself an inch deep right here. There was like a huge hole in my hand. I was like, so what I did was, I saw this huge hole in my hand. I took one of these paper towels, put it on there. Angela told me to like keep it up really high, and we decided to go to the hospital. And I don't have medical insurance or anything like that. So we get to the hospital, and I'm like, yeah, can I see a doctor? My skin opened or whatever. I'm like, how much would it cost? And she's like, because she asked me for my medical card. I'm like, I don't have one. And she's like, well, just to see the doctor, it would have been $500. They asked for a deposit, and it probably would have been more than that to get this sewed up. Or she said, or sometimes they glue it. So I'm sitting there like, $500? There's no way. I just walked out of there, and we went to the local Ojai pharmacy here, which is like an old school pharmacy. We thought maybe they would know what to do because they're like not like a new age pharmacy. And so I go there thinking maybe I remember hearing her say something about glue. Maybe they have this type of glue and I could just glue it shut. And I get there, and they had no idea what I was talking about. And I was talking to my buddy before we actually got there, and he says, you know what we used to do at my family when we would cut ourselves when I'm sitting here like bleeding? I'm like, what is that? He's like, it's not the most organic approach, but we would literally just take some Krazy-Glue and just like do that and sew it up. And I was like, of course. If you watched the video recently where I was like flying in the air on the over the water in Florida, I hurt myself and I got this big gash hole here, and I used dragon's blood to heal it, and it actually healed it really quickly. But I had to keep dealing with it, taking bandaids off. I would use butterflies, and it would be a big mess all the time. So this Krazy-Glue idea I was loving. So I asked for the glue that they use at the hospitals. They're like, we don't have that type of thing. So I'm like, do you have Krazy-Glue? And he's like, yep. And he was like really cautious on everything because he can't give any medical advice. But he didn't like, no emotion. He probably thought I was crazy. So I got some Krazy-Glue. I took some hydrogen peroxide, the raw food world hydrogen peroxide, poured it on, cleaned it, washed it, whatever. And then I literally just got the skinny point Krazy-Glue and went boom. Haven't had to worry about it since. I've been lifting boxes and stuff like this like crazy, so maybe like a little bit opened, and then I would just clean it all over and do it again. But it's like, this was an inch deep of a cut, and I Krazy-Glued it shut right there. You can see that. Can you see that? I Krazy-Glued it. And now it's just healing from the inside out. It's like flawless. This was like a huge gash. They want to charge me $500 minimum, probably thousands, to sew it or put their glue on it when I just did Krazy-Glue. And I'm about to be healed. It's like already done. It's already done. It's like I could just go on with my everyday life. Huge gash, inch deep, lifting boxes, Krazy-Glue. I should sell Krazy-Glue on our website. Anyways, so there's the Krazy-Glue story. The natural healing methods of Mount Monarch. And so here we are, rocking the house in Ojai, California. And this is Mount Monarch. We'll see you next time at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.